Hello, pile one. Welcome to your reading love. Let's get quickly started. All right. So, um, how do men view you, pile one? I feel like I just like I don't know. Your energy just made me like really spaced out. I felt very confused. Like I looked at the cards, like if I did something wrong. Um, I'm already getting that people like just view you in a very kinky way. Okay, like very much like others probably be masturbating to the thought of you. Okay, I mean men be masturbating to the thought of you. um with the 5 of Cups here, I am getting you look like a bit of a lost soul. Like you give off like Peter Pan kind of vibes, whether you're a guy, a girl, or however you identify. You give off like lost boy vibes of like, I don't want to grow up and I'm not gonna grow up. um it's also giving like, knock on my door, mom, like, oh, you don't get me, like something like that. um like that's how they view you. Okay, so you may be like, what the fuck, but this is how they view you. This is what this reading is about. um with the bergamot here, I am getting you kind of give off like, I don't know, like a very needy vibe, like take care of me, do this or that for me. And also like a very mean vibe, like if you don't want to be in a serious committed relationship, like something about like having a very like a fairy like kind of archetype kind of vibe to you. Like most people look at fairies as mean, trickful, and playful, like tricksters and playful, you know? And I feel like that's how people view you, where you just give off like, oh, I could have you any way I want, but I don't want you like that. Like there's this seduction in your voice, the way you look at people, your mannerisms, everything about you is just really seductive to men. And I feel like you attract both genders. Like this is how do men view you, but I feel like men know that you attract both genders, and they're like, damn, that's fucking hot. I have competition, and it's gonna be a big chase to make them mine. Or you could be bisexual or something like that. That's kind of strange for like men to like sexualize you or want you because you're bi. But I feel like maybe you have been a victim of this. Okay, like I'm picking up on that, where they kind of like, oh my god, you're bi, and you're kind of like, oh, not again, not this shit again. um so yeah, I am getting that. And then, oh, here, a fiery climax approaches. By the way, if you are not bi or not part of the LGBT community, I am getting that's just an assumption they have of you. Okay, like they think you are. Anyways, let's keep it going. A fiery climax approaches. What is a fiery climax approaches? I feel like people look at you and they're kind of like, oh, this person, you know, the way they speak and everything is very bold. Like they wear their heart on their sleeve, you know. You're very much a heart person, a hearts person. Like if you see an injustice, you won't try to justify it or like put logic to it. I feel like you're just the type that is like, oh, that person, you know, did this or that to that person, like let's burn them alive, like let's bring back the fucking, you know, those in prison where like people get the death penalty and stuff like that. They either die by electrocution or by injection, stuff like that. You're kind of like, let's bring that back. Like there's some angry child kind of in you that, you know, you just show it to the world and you're not afraid, and people find that very seductive, very sexy, that you're kind of like, whatever, like take me as I am. You do come off as insecure at times though. um like you need someone to take care of you, but you only do that with people you're vulnerable with. So the men who have gotten to know you, they see this like cutesy side to you, and they're kind of like, aw, like okay, like yeah, they are feisty, but you know, they do it for a good cause, and it's because they want to like, they want the world around them to look beautiful and for them to feel safe. Like that's how they view you. Okay, like they know deep down it's the reason you fight for injustice is because you feel like no one else is gonna come and save you. They're just kind of like damsel in distress, regardless of your gender. Like there's this like damsel in distress, or kind of like a knight with no armor, like, oh my god, help me. And then men are kind of like, but they know that no one's coming, so they must save themselves. They think that you don't need anybody to come and save you because you're kind of like, fuck it, I'm not gonna be fucking waiting. Like I might die if I don't do this by tomorrow, or I might, you know, not achieve this. Da, da, da. There's just something about you that's just very empowering, and you just go for it. You do it. And Aries is all about action, so you take action. You may be into like fighting for climate change, or you may be into talking about domestic abuse, like when it comes to, or like domestic animal abuse or something like that. Like, I'm something about that, like you are very vocal about what you believe in. It doesn't have to be that you're advocating constantly with signs and stuff like that. I'm just getting, you use your voice and you make it loud and clear to others that something is wrong, and you are going to, if you see two people arguing or someone being mistreated, you're kind of like, you're an adult, you're in the adult world, you do not go doing this in front of me, because guess what, I'm gonna put you in your place if you want violence, you know. um so yeah, there's just like this energy of you that just looks like you would get a bat and like just start like fucking going crazy on someone. But then there's this elegance in you that just puts people in their place. Like, your tone of voice, the way you are, there's something about you that's very stern and regal, and everybody doesn't want to mess with you. It's kind of like the bosses entering work and they're kind of like, oh, you need to start typing, you need to start doing this or that. Like, you straighten people's backs up. It's kind of like you beat them with the bat, and you're kind of like, I did you a favor, thank you, I mean, you're welcome. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's how many view you. You're a little feisty, a little scary, but they like it. Okay, they like it. Then with Janet Frame, belonging, you like making people feel connected, you like making people feel comfortable around you, and you never misjudge others. So not only do they see this confidence and this fiery kind of beautiful heart that's always being displayed, but there's something about how you're kind of like, I want to inspire others to do the same, or I want someone else to feel inspired to, you know, show a quality within themselves, or I don't want this part of a person to be dimmed. There's something about how you always make others feel good. I'm also hearing that some of you guys may have a platform where you actually do, you know, talk about a specific body type a lot, or you may advocate for something and you're openly about it. You're open about it on your channel very much, and you may be known for that. You don't have to, but like, maybe you just post. You may not have lots of followers or stuff like that, or you just post and your friend circle just kind of like flocks and takes that advice that you be posting, or if you talk about something, you know, something about that. Like, there's something that men see, whether you're really popular and have a huge platform, or whether you're just popular in your friend group and it's small, but they see the popularity, they see the power of your words, and how you are constantly uplifting, you are constantly bringing people to a higher place with you. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. So they view you in a very beautiful, majestic, powerful, domineering kind of way, but then fairy like. It's funny because like they look, this little thing here kind of looks like a little fairy demon. And yeah, like, I'm just getting like, you have a creepy vibe to you that kind of looks like you would put someone to sleep, like with your like magical fairy pixie dust or whatever. I don't know what's the correct word to call for that, but to call that. But I am getting that they look at you like, oh my god, I gotta be careful around this one, because they could once seduce me or just put me in a trance. I also feel like people look at you and they're kind of like, oh my fucking god, why am I'm hearing the word fiending. So they're kind of like, why am I fiending for this person if I'm already in a relationship? Or why can't I, you know, stop fantasizing about them? Or why can't I stop looking at them? Or why are they looking at me like that? Do they want me? Like, you attract people, or like men, I mean, you attract men who like, they tend to get obsessed and you're not even doing anything, you're just breathing. And then there's other men who are so delusional, they're kind of like, oh, this person wants me, like, something about them, like the look in their eyes. And it could just be that you had a bad day and you're angry as fuck, and men find the way you look when you're spaced out or something sexy. Like, there's just something about you that you're just breathing, and you're sexy, you're seductive, you're, I don't know, they just look at you and they're kind of like, yes, you know. So men view you in that kind of way where like, they just want to bite, but also they see all these beautiful qualities to you. Specifically, if they're really close to you, they view you that way. And by the way, the men in your life are really proud of you. Okay, I don't know why some of you guys may need to hear that, but I just feel like some of you guys need to hear that. I feel like maybe some of you guys had a father that passed on when you were young, or recently, something like that. So just know, a man or men in your life are proud of you. Okay, they want you to know that. But this is all for this reading. I hope you enjoy this reading. And wait a minute. Yeah, I feel like definitely someone passed on when you were young, but just know you are loved and they're taking care of you. That was the last message. But that's it for this reading. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye-bye, love. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading, love. It's so nice to have you here. Let's get quickly started. How do men view you? I already feel so comfortable in your energy. You just have this very calming energy that allures men in. And right off the bat, like, they don't mind getting lured in, okay? Like, they're kind of like, oh, catch me, please. I'm also getting like, mommy, like you whether your gender, like, you could be daddy too, okay? Like, I'm just not gonna be saying that in that tone. And I'm just getting that you like make others kind of look at you in that kind of way, where they're just kind of like, oh, catch me if you can. Like, I'm being such a naughty, you know, like a naughty girl, naughty boy, you know. So I am getting that men view you as someone they wouldn't mind getting run over by. Like, you could literally be like, I'm gonna fucking run you over with my car, and they'll be like, okay, like, how do you want me to lay down? Like, run me over. Yeah, like, I'm just getting that. Like, no matter how toxic you've been to partners in the past, not saying you could have been, but like, you've grown. I see that, okay? But like, doesn't matter how toxic you were in the past, like, partners still thought that you were great in the bedroom, or that you were just great overall. Like, something about you, like, doesn't matter how toxic you were, they're kind of like, whatever, like, I'm having fun, we're toxic to each other, it's all good. There's something about how if someone gives you toxic, you are willing to give it back 10 times fold, and they get addicted, okay? Because they're kind of like, oh, okay. But then there's something about you that's a little toxic, where you're kind of like, I've had my fun now, like, I'm done. And you could easily drop someone to get in a serious relationship. Like, you are deadly, you are fatal, you are definitely not someone to easily mess with, unless they mind, if they don't mind getting addicted, okay? That's what I'm getting. That's how men view you, okay? With the Three of Pentacles here, and then I'm getting this card right here with faith. Why does the situation always happen to me? And then true statement, I am at peace. I truly feel like, regardless of how you approach people, you give them what you want, okay? You give them their fun, and they realize that they can't hate you, and this is why they get addicted, okay? And men view you in this way where you know your power, you know the power you hold, and you know what you want, you know what you're here for, basically. And they know that they have to play their cards right if they want you for a long time. And if they're trying to play games, they know that you can pick up on it. Maybe you're intuitive, maybe you're into tarot or something. They know that they cannot lie to you as well. They are scared, but then at the same time, they're not scared. They feel like you match their energy pretty well. Like, if they are low, like, I'm getting, you're like, oh, I'll sink, but like, I'm just gonna sink to your level. Like, I'm not gonna sink lower than you. I'm not gonna be submissive. I am going to have my way too, you know? And if, you know, someone is very up there, you're kind of like, oh, that's easy. Like, okay, like, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Or if I want a serious relationship, well, I'm gonna get that. There's something about you that's so powerful and magnetic, and men view you as someone who can obtain anything, someone who is very powerful, is here to have fun, is here to just live their life to the fullest and have no regrets. Show the world the real you. See, like, there's nothing fake about you. There's no fake bone about you, okay? Show the world the real you. I am getting that you are very authentic. You are like a true gem, okay? Is what I'm hearing. Many people want to romance you and have a serious relationship, but I feel like there's also men who feel very superior. I mean, not superior, or like under you. Like, I don't know what's the correct word for that, but that they feel below you, basically. And they're kind of like, oh, I really want a romantic love story, but I don't think they're going to want this kind of relationship, because many see you as a player. And with Virginia Woolf here, vision, I feel like lots of men really envision a future with you and have secret crushes on you. They admire you and they lust over you. But then again, they're just happy that they can at least fantasize about you, that they have, you know, have come across your existence is what I'm getting. Some are just happy to like even be stalking you, okay? And there's others who are kind of like, oh, I'm gonna make a move and I'm gonna get them addicted, I'm gonna get them stalking me. But then they realize, oh fuck, I've done the opposite and now I'm addicted. So I feel like exes know a lot about you, and they see like both your beautiful parts, but they also see like the dark parts of you, and how yes, you do let sun come in, but then at the same time you're kind of like, I don't really like the sun too much, so I'm only gonna like frolic and dance in the sun for a bit, but then I'm gonna run back to the dark, and when the moon is out and it's all completely dark, that's when you're gonna see me even more. Like there's just something about you. Like we have Virginia Woolf here, and I'm just like, her last name is reminding me of an actual wolf. There's something about, you're so connected to your body, to your needs, to your wants and your desires, and I don't know, like some even suspect you may be into witchcraft. Like I said, you could be into like the occult, tarot and all that, and there's just something about you looking like you could suck someone's soul dry, and everybody would just be like, oh yeah, that's totally normal, let's normalize it. Your power is so scary, and men know that you are standing in your power constantly. And I'm also picking up, there's something about you who like, there's something about you that is not, I don't know how to put it in words. You're not afraid to flirt, but also there's something about you that just screams, I'm not afraid to like, to acknowledge that I'm toxic, to acknowledge that, you know, I did this or that. Like exes could come back and be like, oh, but you did this to me too, and you were toxic, and you're like, yes, you are totally right, I did do that, but we were both toxic to each other. Like there's just something about you that just makes people go, oh, that's totally normal. Like you gave them toxic, well, they gave you toxic back. Like what were you expecting? Like people know that, I don't know, like people know that you're not drama, even though you are like dramatic and very passionate about life, and you live a very raw and authentic life is what I'm trying to say. There's something about you that just looks so authentic that people know that they can't come after you, because there's going to be an army of other people being like, hey, we see this person, we see that, you know, they're all authentic and stuff, so what you tell us is already being seen. So what are you really trying to tell us? Like what are you trying to do? Are you trying to make us, you know, hate this person or what, or da da da? Like, so men are very calculated with you, okay? They view you as, oh, I have to be really calculated with this person, or oh, I can't mess up because there's gonna be a whole army coming after me. I feel like you use your qualities, okay, that you have. Some will call it a feminine quality. Anybody could allure, anybody could seduce, okay, but I'm just getting, you do have like this quality that most people consider feminine, alluring, and that you bring men to their knees, okay. Something about that, okay, doesn't have to be feminine energy, but there's an energy to you that's just kind of like, yeah, and what, everybody else, I'm an open book, I have all my skeletons running, I'm crazy, I'm cuckoo, I'm psychotic, take me as I am. And that drives men insane. They view you as someone who just is really beautiful, but in a very dramatic and, I don't know, very drastic way, okay? Yeah, like, I don't know why, but I feel like if you haven't got this song dedicated to you, or these songs, because I'm hearing like, living la vida loca, you know? And then there's a song where, fuck, I forgot it. It's another like Ricky Martin song where, you know, the, damn, I don't know, something about she does black magic. So see, like I am getting like, you do bewitch people, and men view you as someone who may be into all that, okay? And you may be openly telling people like, yeah, I'm into tarot, stuff like that. Basically, men see you in all your power, and you are someone not to be reckoned with, okay? That's what I'm getting. I don't know if that's the correct phrase. I'm gonna end the reading here because I feel like I can't talk right now. I'm a little sick, so sorry, but I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading, love. It's so nice to have you here. Let's get quickly started with your reading. How do men view you? All right. You give off a heartbreaker vibe, okay? Like, you look like if you would cheat on someone or lie or break someone's heart. I feel like you've been hurt in the past, and um you just look like that. But I feel like you actually would never hurt someone, and certain men who are close to you view you as someone who would never hurt someone. Like, they know you, like they've gotten to talk to you. Men who just look at you and they see your beauty, they're kind of just looking at your profile, stalking you, or just doing stuff like that. They look at you, and because they feel insecure that they can't be with you or something, they'll be like, oh my god, what a slut, what a bitch, what a bastard, da, da, da. You know, like, they'll say certain things about you just to feel better about themselves. But then, like, if they actually approach you, they realize, oh my fucking god, I misjudged this person, and they are quick to be like, oh my fucking god, I am disgusting, I need to work on myself. Men view you as someone who sparks good change in them, who makes their life better, who, like, I don't know, you make them want healthy, okay? Like, you make them realize, maybe, you know, I've been pushing myself away from healthy things, or pushing myself away from chances, or not taking opportunities and stuff, because I feel insecure, because something, you know, is wrong with me, and maybe I need to acknowledge it, you know? You make people face their demons, and men see you as someone who starts that. Like, they are very aware, like, oh my god, when this person entered my life, I started facing my demons, and it became so much more bright, so much more beautiful. Something about you also inspire men to speak up. Like, you kind of like, hey, I'm a woman and I'm speaking up about this or that. And yes, most women are emotional and they're considered this or that, and they speak up about this or that, and da da da, this or that. But men can do that too. Why do you feel like you need to be tough? Like, you make men really rethink, oh, why am I actually hating on women, or why am I doing this or that to that person, or da da da, you know? Like, there's something, by the way, you don't have to be a woman. I need to specify that right now. But there's just something about how you open people's eyes for certain things that, you know, are usually seen in society as, oh, men can't do this, and you're kind of like, why not? Like, you're your own person, why can't you do this, you know? So I'm just getting that you just wake people up, and men are very aware that you've helped them glow up, you've helped them change their life for the better, whether you were in it for like just a season, or whether you were in it for like a lot of seasons. I am getting that they are very thankful to have met you. They feel lucky to just be in your presence. And when you guys, maybe, like, let's say if you haven't talked to a specific man in a long time, or not anyone in specific, by the way, I'm just getting, like, if you haven't talked to someone and they see you, it could be like an old friend from school, or it could be someone who you never talked to at school, but maybe at one point, you know, you did sign up for them or something. These men will remember you and be like, that person, you know, gave me a voice. That person, you know, let me see my own voice. They shared their voice with me so that I can, you know, start speaking up, realizing I have my own voice. You're just someone who stands up for everybody, but men take it personal, because I feel like lots of voices of men are hushed, or like told, like, oh, you can't, you know, this can't happen to you because you're a man, that doesn't make sense, or you can't do this because you're a man. And I feel like with you, they feel at peace. They're kind of like, oh, you're not going to judge me for this if I tell you this, or you're not going to judge me if I get emotional, or you're not going to judge me if I tell you about my needs, or how I want this or that. Like, you are open minded. Like, you rather someone tell you, hey, I want to be in a poly relationship, do you want that or not, instead of, you know, someone who's lying. And I feel like men have so many expectations of just being like, hey, you're the man, so you have to provide, you have to do this or that, and you must get a wife and take care of them. And with you, you're kind of like, hey, do you want to be, you know, a stay-at-home dad, or would you prefer me to work, or like, how would it, like, you get into those kind of topics, and you are not afraid to be like, you know, I may not be financially best off right now, but guess what, we can work something out and figure something out, like, you make people feel very comfortable, not just men. And men can see that. They view you as someone who just brings comfort and good vibes everywhere you go, but also you bring life with you, you bring care, you bring nurturing, you bring healing, and you bring peace. You bring rain where it must be rained upon, you bring thunder where light must be, you know, needed, where light is needed. You also make thunder happen where fires need to be burned. Like, I feel like some thunder causes fires, from what I've heard. And I feel like you're kind of, you're just hope, okay? Like you're hope wrapped around in a human, and men really love you for that. I feel like you don't have any exes that hate you. They could play it off as, oh yeah, I hate them, but like deep down, they don't. They can't hate you genuinely. They just put up a facade. If you've ever had an ex treat you shitty after you broke up with them or something, or they broke up with you, just know that they may have distanced themselves, or been like, maybe they were mean to you just so that they could leave you, because they knew that they were never going to, you know, reach your standards or be that someone for you. They knew that they were going to hurt you down in the road, and they let you go. Okay, so I am getting that lots of men would want to apologize to you. Lots of men view you as someone who just has a really open and beautiful heart. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading, love. It's so nice to have you here. Let's get quickly started. How do men view you? I am already so excited in your energy, so I feel like you make men very excited being around your energy. And I don't mean it in a sexual way. Well, maybe it's a sexual way too, but like, I'm getting so that you just make people, like men, happy, like to know, like knowing of your existence makes men happy. Okay, you just give off like lover vibes. Like you're just so full of love and care, and I don't know, like you, maybe you have trust issues, but you don't project on others. Like you try to give people a chance, and yes, you may overthink, but you fight those battles in your head, and you're not quick to like judge and hurt people just because you've been hurt. Like you're kind of like, okay, I need to calm myself down. Like yes, there's a whole storm inside of me, and I want to get emotional, and I want to cry, and I want to, you know, rage and do this or that, but guess what? I am going to just calmly look at this person, ask questions, and, you know, try to use my intuition. There's something about you that just screams healthy and beauty. Healthy and beauty. Health and beauty. Okay, healthy and beauty. I mean, with the pink pepper here, I don't know what a pink pepper is. It's a herb. I don't know. What do they have? What do they have that I don't? Trigger statement. True statement. We are all special. There's something about you that, okay, men view you as someone who just loves openly and doesn't judge a book by its cover. Okay, like you are the epitome of that quote. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I feel like you give people who don't feel that attractive, or who may not be the physical, like modern day beauty standard kind of attractive, you give them chances or stuff like that, and they're kind of like, wait a minute, you know, like I'm not, you know, anything special, I'm not this or that, and you're kind of like, but I love being around you, or I love this or that, and like they can't understand why you would give them a chance, or why you would be spending time with them, why you would even give them a second of your life, basically, because you are so beautiful inside out, and you're hypnotizing. Okay, like just being in your energy hypnotizes others. It's your voice, it's your eyes, it's your smile, it's your way of being, the way your hair flows. Something about you is just, I don't know, everything about you looks lovely, and it's because you're lovely inside, and it all radiates outside. Okay, I'm getting that you're physically attractive as well, though, not just inside but outside as well. And men are kind of like, wait a minute, like why is this person looking at me, you know, like how did it happen? Why is this person looking in my direction? And it's because you find beauty in everything. Like someone could look quirky, dorky, sorry, dorky, or they can look, I don't know, like whatever that people are insecure about and they consider ugly, you're kind of like, oh my god, if I could paint you, I would paint you. Or oh my god, if I could, you know, have a mural, or not mural, like a portrait of you, I would definitely put you up. Like you look super fucking cool. Or oh my god, this or that. Like you look at everyone as a piece of art, and someone special, like with their own unique strokes, their own paints. And they see how you deeply view people for their soul, not just who they are. Because when I said you look at people for like their paint strokes and everything, I mean everything, their scars, everything, and they feel seen and heard, they feel loved, they feel calm and at peace. Because I feel like most people will look at the whole painting and be like, oh my god, beautiful art, and then everybody else will be like, oh yes, I definitely agree, and then other people will be like, that's not a piece of art. But like if you look at the strokes or things like that, you'll learn more about the artist, and you'll learn more about, you know, maybe if like, I don't know, like just certain things about the painting, right? If you pay more attention, what kind of paint they may have used, or if they use a different paint here or there, like, you know what I mean? And when people analyze art like that, they learn more, right, about the painting itself and why they love it even more now, right? And I feel like that's what you do to people. You're kind of like, oh my god, that stroke is so amazing, or oh my god, I see this beautiful color here, or I see that over there. And you just have a way of making everyone feel magical, but they also feel very hypnotized by you. Like they will be happy to follow the leader, and you are the leader. Okay. I am also getting like, there's just this beautiful energy to you. It's very serene, and I feel like you're a great conversationalist. Something about you may not talk a lot, or you may be very quiet, but then once you do, they're kind of like, oh my god, why hasn't this person been talking? Like so many other people in this room that are stupid or like crazy have been talking, and then boom, you speak, and you bring peace, you bring like the perfect amount of violence is what I'm hearing. Like you speak for others who are afraid to speak, but also at the same time, you speak with elegance and grace and love. Everything about you is lovely though, and men view you that way, where you just look so eloquent and delicate. But I don't know, like you're a fire, okay? Like so many people find comfort in the fireplaces, and they like the crackling sounds, and some people fear it, or they are definitely very scared of fire. I know I'm scared of fire, but at the same time, I also like, what do you call it, I like the crackling sound of the fireplace, you know, of a fireplace. I do not like fire itself, and I know some people are into reading like fire, like the candles, and seeing how the fire moves and stuff like that and whatnot. And I fear certain things, and I can never like put a candle near me or stuff like that. And I feel like people find you, how do I say, some find you scary, and then some find you beautiful, and then some find you both scary and beautiful. But whether they find you scary or beautiful, you always spark a change, and then they're grateful. Okay, like I feel like, you know, some people fear fire. You spark this kind of like change of, oh, I need to face my fear, because why am I suddenly finding this thing that I once feared not so scary anymore? You kind of make people rethink their beliefs and stuff like that, and men view you as someone who, I don't know, you're a silent bomb. You're a silent, nice and peaceful fireplace crackling sound. I can't explain it, but it just gives off peace, okay? Like peace. I don't know why I'm hearing peace and war in my head. Peace and war. But yeah, I'm just gonna end this reading because I'm a little sick, and I just feel like I'm starting to get a little delusional and all giggly. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day, night, or afternoon. Bye bye, love.